3 years ago, an accident took my legs, my independence, and nearly my will to live. But strangely, it gave me him in a way I never expected. Before I begin, I owe a huge thank you to my incredible subscribers. Your unwavering support allows me to share these stories that dive deep into the messy, raw corners of life. And this one is complicated. Stick with me, the doctor said. I was lucky. Lucky that the semi-truck didn't crush me completely. Lucky my spine wasn't severed. Lucky no one else was in the car with me that night. Lucky they said, a funny word for a woman who can't walk more than 10 steps without her legs screaming in protest. My little house in Ohio used to feel too big when I was alone. Now with Ethan around it, sometimes feels too small. He's everywhere, cooking meals, adjusting my pillows, lifting me into the shower when my muscles give out. He's supposed to be just a caretaker. Hired help. But lines blur when someone is with you every day, watching, helping, carrying more of your weight than you ever wanted to give away. Ethan is only 20, but built from years of working construction jobs before taking this role. Broad shoulders, rough hands, a deep voice that doesn't match his age. And his eyes, God, his eyes. Piercing, steady, far too old for someone so young. Isabella. I jump, dragged back into the present. Ethan stands in the doorway, holding a bowl of soup. You didn't eat lunch, he says, voice thick with concern. I wasn't hungry, I mutter. A lie. But he never believes me anyway. He sets the bowl on my nightstand, frowning. Your leg's acting up again. I don't answer. He already knows. He always knows. Without asking, he sits on the edge of my bed, rolling up my sweatpants. My breath hitches as his calloused fingers brush the jagged scars from countless surgeries. He asks, voice softer than I expect. I nod. His touch begins clinical, kneading the stiff muscles around my knee. But when his thumb brushes a knot near my inner thigh, I bite my lip, trying to hold myself together. You're tense, he murmurs. You have no idea, I whisper, voice shaky. His hands move higher and I feel a jolt in my chest. I tell myself, it's just the heat of his hands, the relief of pain melting away. But when his fingertips graze the edge of my shorts, I stop breathing. He stops too. The air between us crackles. Neither of us moves. Then, clearing his throat, he pulls my pant leg back down and avoids my eyes. Better, he asks, voice strained. Yes, thanks, I murmur, face burning. He hesitates like he wants to say more, but instead he picks up the soup and leaves. I stare at the ceiling, replaying those few seconds when his touch almost slipped too far. And for the first time in years, I feel something other than pain, something dangerous. The morning light spills through the curtains, too bright, too cheerful for the storm inside my head. I hadn't slept. Every time I closed my eyes, I felt Ethan's hands on me. Warm, lingering. I told myself it was nothing a caretaker helping ease pain. But the way my skin burned under his touch, that wasn't pain. The creak of a door down the hall snaps me back. His footsteps, his shadow fills my doorway. You're up early, he says, voice rough with sleep. His shirtless sweatpants slung low on his hips, a tattoo curling over his ribs. I couldn't sleep, I mutter, looking away. Nightmares again. He asks, sitting down without waiting for an invitation. No, you? He sighs, pulling the blanket back from my legs and resting his hands on my bare calf. I flinch at the chill. Sorry, he mutters. Cold hands? It isn't the coldness that makes me tense. It's the way his fingers press slow and deliberate, like he's memorizing me. You're tight everywhere, he says, voice low. I swallow hard. Last night I could pretend it was accidental. But now in daylight, there's no denying what's happening. His thumbs circle higher, palm sliding up the back of my thigh. Relax, Ethan says, voice deeper than usual. You're fighting it. But I wasn't fighting the massage. I was fighting the way my body betrayed me. The way my breath hitched when his fingertips grazed the edge of my shorts. The way my stomach tightened when I caught him looking at me, not like a worker looks at a client, but like a man looks at a woman. A knock at the front door shatters the moment. He jerks back, pulling his hands away. Expecting someone, he asks tightly. No, I whisper, heart pounding. He goes to answer it. Mrs. Calloway, the nosy neighbor, stands outside, asking if we need anything from the store. Ethan politely refuses and shuts the door. Do you think she suspects, he asks when he returns smirking? My heart skips a beat. Suspects what? That we never paid her back for the casserole dish, he says with a wink. I force a laugh, but my hands tremble. For a second, I thought he meant us. That night, a storm knocks out the power. Darkness swallows the house until Ethan lights candles, the glow casting shadows across his face. He sits beside me on the couch, close enough that I feel his warmth. You cold, he asks. No, I lie. Liar. He drapes a blanket over us anyway. Our legs brush beneath it, and neither of us moves away. Wind howls outside tree branches, scraping the roof like fingernails on glass. Then his hand finds mine. Not by accident. His fingers lace through mine, rough and certain. I should pull away. I don't. In the candlelight, his eyes look black intense. A mixture of warning, pleading, and desire. The electricity surges back on, flooding the room with light. We spring apart, like we've been burned. But the current between us doesn't fade. It only grows stronger. One kiss, that's all it takes to break us. We don't make it to the bedroom. Ethan pins me to the couch, hips grinding down as I claw at his shirt. The fabric tears at the collar, but neither of us cares. Look at me, he growls. When I do, what I see shatters me. This isn't just lust, it's love. The kind that scars. Afterward, we lie tangled in silence. He traces idle circles on my bare shoulder. You okay, he whispers. I don't know how to answer. No, yes, both. He knows I'm lying, just like I know he isn't sorry. Finally, his voice drops so low I almost miss it. I've wanted you since the first day I met you. My stomach drops, because that means this wasn't an accident. It was inevitable. Some silences are louder than words. Ethan's words linger in the air, heavier than the silence between us. I turn my face toward him, searching for answers in the shadows of his eyes, but all I see is fire. A dangerous fire that could either warm me or destroy me. The storm outside finally quiets, leaving only the soft hum of the refrigerator as the house settles back into routine. Yet nothing feels routine anymore. My body still hums with the memory of his touch. My heart still races with the weight of his confession. We can't. I start, but the words catch in my throat. His hand tightens gently around mine, steady, unshaken. Maybe we can, he whispers. I close my eyes. For the first time in years, I don't know if what lies ahead will save me or ruin me. All I know is that the line we cross tonight can never be undone. And maybe, just maybe, I don't want it to be.